Fuck you, clip. Only 3,000 left to do. Is this going to come out? Probably not. Ooh. Okay, now. A little bit of a tighten. She's tight. But it's coming out. Needs a bit more. There we go. This fucker here though, oh, it's flat. Somebody, you can see somebody's fucking jacked the car up on it. What a fucking spanner. Now I've got to fucking struggle like an old lady trying to fucking get this come off. I mean, this fucking arsehole off. Even gonna fucking fit on. Bollocks. Oh, moved ever so slightly. We're gonna get it to move. Come on, please. Tighten it, loosen it, tighten it. It's moving slightly. Oh. Thank you, Lord. Boom. Ooh, it's not too bad under there, you know. Oh, I just flick absolute cack in my face doing that. So, this is my first time looking under here as well. So, we shall all do it together. Well, what a fucking delight. Okay. So, back here, a bit of crusty crust there. Nothing really serious. A little bit up here. Nothing too bad. A little bit there. She's a bit crusty here. So it looks like under seal. I can sort that out. But I was kind of scared of this. The sill itself looks very nice. Now that I've just got a bit of dirt in my eye, just starting to laminate a bit there, but that's fuck all. It's just the inside and the outside. You can just clean that up. You can see it looks good, actually, surprisingly, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Look at that sill. That sill's nice. Under there, where that goes, oh, that looks good. You can see the hole looks good, even the fucking bolt hole looks good. That down there, you can see. Can we see under there? Yeah, that looks good. You know, I am so pleasantly surprised at this. I don't know what you can see. I'm trying to try my best. Oh, look at that. That's fucking good. I'm happy with that. Let's have a little poke at this crust back here, hey? Everybody likes a little rusty poke, don't they? Well, that's going to clean up fine. No welding there. This might need a bit. You can't get this under seal off to get to it. We'll come to that. Show you a bit of a trick of getting the under seal off, and we'll sort that. And other than that, these are really thick bits here anyway, so I'm more bothered about these, the floor, the sills. All this can be all sorted. clip there, that's all. Boom. Easy as that. And then to get these clips out, you turn them diagonally, and they just come straight out. Set that one, next one up, there you go. Diagonal, boom. Holding on. There we go. That sill looks brilliant. A little bit crusty back here. Let's have a little pokey poke. Everybody loves a good poke. Seam sealer. That's absolutely solid. Paint and rust remover. Decent. Nothing says professional like the old cardboard creeper. So where does the filler go up to? The filler goes all the way up here, doesn't it? Look at that down there. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. That's as far as the filler goes. It's that fucking right track all the way down here. But I want to remove that, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, that one's alright. Please no fuel. Oh, got a little bit of fuel coming out. I'll have to block that fucker then. Alright, come on. Release. Release, damn you. There we go. Right, so there's one. So just one bolt here, and that looks like it is the happiest bolt that's ever been in place. Right, so on the EP3, this bolt was 21 years old when I took it out, and it came straight out. So, and it was in more of a vulnerable position than this. Please, come on. You've got... Oh. It's a twat. when you're doing this on axle stands. Oh, feels like it's just rounding the fucking nut off. Oof, be a little tighten. Come on. Thank you, Japanese gods. Right, so that's that loosey goosey. So we need to figure out where else it's attached. And that bolt there. I've already had this one out the other day. That bolt, this bolt's hidden anyway behind a cover, so generally this shit up here is alright. You get the problem is with this bit is if you look all the way up there, just here, there is the drain hole for water getting into the cap, so it drains down. What it'll do is it'll drip. It'll either run down here and then, you know, corrode this bit, or sit on these edges, which obviously it's been doing because it's got this like this little plastic cover. This plastic cover here, and that goes in there, just like that, covers it all, and goes up there, and you can see, and then that drips down on it, and it'll run to this edge here, which is why this bolt's probably snapped. So run to that edge and down here, so you probably have a little bit of corrosion, maybe a bit here as well, but other than that, please, come on. Oh, thank God. Oh. And voila, look, that's what I mean. Look at the threads on it. Perfect. But the head, you can't see this, but let me just show you. Look, so they've got this bracket here, which is fine. It's a bit crusty, but it's damn solid. But that one's rusted off. But it's still solid here, so I can make a bracket, no problem there. And then that bit of rail there looks like somebody's been in at it. Anyway, so reasonably solid. I'll just end up probably just trimming this bit out here, drill the spot welds out, and then just build another piece, and should be fine. But other than that, it's not looking too bad under here. It's not looking brilliant, but it's not looking too bad. I need to get out from under here because that is petrol fumes and it stinks. And I'm getting high as fuck. Right, there's one more there. Because I thought that one underneath was the last one, but it turns out I was wrong. So, wish me luck. I can't get a camera angle on this, so I'll get back to you. So amazingly, that bolt has come out. Can you believe it? I can't. Right now, I just got to get this bloody thing out, which is going to be a right pain in the ass. It's taking petrol cap off, and hopefully that should alleviate this to slide through here. Just pulling down and wiggling it, and it seems to be releasing it from this rubber at the top. That still gives me absolutely fucking no room whatsoever to get the damn thing out, which is great. Oh, we're binding up on that. Okay, right. Let's say I've got to drop that as well. Because I'm struggling under there. So you can see, if you can see, that pipe there, you see that runs all the way down, is binding up on this charcoal filler. So I've had to take one bolt out that side, and then if you look at this bolt, not that you'll be able to see it because that bolt is yeah, pretty rusty. But as soon as I get this off, this charcoal canister, then technically this pipe should be free and we should be able to pull it out. So give me a moment. We did it. We got the damn bolt out. So I bought these donkeys ago, and like I've used them a handful of times. Like I've used the littler ones. It's usually the littler ones that fuck up on you. So this first one come out perfectly fine. This second one, 10 won't fit on it or anything, but look at the state of the end. I went a size smaller, went to the 3/8 and just hammered it on, and it just bit down just enough to bring it off. Absolutely perfect. Didn't even slip, just straight off. Nothing wrong with it. So if you're gonna work on old cars and stuff, just get yourself one of these, because you never know. Like, granted, it's only been this one bloody bolt, but in the long run there was no access to it. I wouldn't have been able to get a grinder in, you know what I mean? The drill would have been a pain in the ass. I'd have had to chisel and snap the head off and then drill the you know what I mean? So just for like, I don't know, I think it's about £8 or something. For the sake of £8, just, you know, that, even if it's that one bolt that you ever use it for. Thank God I had it. Please let this give me just enough room. Came out very nice. I mean, look how clean and nice that bolt is. 18-year-old just sat in there. Perfect. So this is where I'm at anyway. Taking the axle beam bolt out. I've got it on a jack. I'm going to lower it down and see if I can just give myself enough room just so I can wiggle this out, because I just need it out of the way now. You know, for the sake of 2 bolts, hey, this is how it goes. Just little bits at a time. Jump under here. Just let your jack down a bit. Tighten it back up. And there's nothing, it's not pulling on anything, it's not connected to anything. Look at that, perfect. Now we might be able to wiggle the filler neck out. Like that's loose now. Right, some progress. So I moved the jack to this side ever so slightly. I got a little piece of wood, put it under here, pushed down as hard as I could on here to push it down onto this side here, so it sat on it. You don't want to go too far down because you've got this brake flex here, so you don't want to be. I didn't want to fuck around with any of that shit, so pulled this loose out of here. Okay, so once I'd got that sitting on that piece of wood, I jacked this side up back into this pocket. As you can see, it's practically back where it's meant to be. Come back to this side. It'd have probably come out anyway, but I heated the absolute ball bag out of the nut on this side here. This nut. So I heated the fuck out of that, and then I released the bottom of the shock, and just that there, dunk. This dropped down. There was no pressure on it at all. Literally dropped down straight out of its pocket, and you know, and it was sat on this piece of wood, and it's gone boom like that. It's just give me enough room to be able to bring that forwards into here and then get it out, because otherwise you have to take all the brake. Well, doing it this way, you'd have to take all your disc off and everything, and your caliper and all this shit, and this heat shield, and that ain't gonna come off because, you know. Anyway, so give me enough room just to get it out. But now look, all I have to do is loosen that bolt up top in the boot, and we've got all this clear. And we're done now. We can clean all this up. Welded on with the rubber in it. See if we can get it out. So we'll have a look inside. There we go. Just unbolt this here, pull this right out the way, and then I can, and it looks like it's got another bloody bolted on bit there. So as long as I can just twist that down out of the way, I'm happy. And then I can clean all this up. I can chuck this out the way, you know. The cup itself needs a good cleaning, and but other than that, not bad at all. I don't know why that cut off, but I've cleaned all this up here. Found obviously this little hole here, but that bit at the bottom's absolutely rock hard. All this is perfect. You can even still see the fucking joint on it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. All this is perfect. Cleaned up all this edge, all the way up on the inner arch. Just need a little bit more to go. Everything seems to be alright. You know what I mean? The full sills all the way down are fucking perfect. And usually they're rotten behind here, or some of them are. Not all of them. I can't say that because there's a lot of really good ones out there. All the way down, perfect. You know, just a tiny little bit of fucking started to be a bit flaky. Like even this lip here on this bit here, so it needs a little bit of cleaning up at the bottom, but and the inner bit there, perfect. I'd say surface corrosion, but it was a little bit more than surface corrosion. But there's a bit up here, but you can see that's cleaned back nice. You know, there's a couple of little spots where it was, but it's all cleaned back real nice. I've obviously not fucking painted that bit there properly with the rust treatment. I mean, there's a little bit pitted there, but the rest of it is cleaned up nice. It's just moisture on it now. You know what I mean? From all the fucking rain. It's just been sprayed in weld-through primer, so I can weld this bit that needs doing. I need to cut it all out first. Cut all this bit out and down here. I'm not gonna. This bit at the bottom is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna take the pitted bit out. So probably to about here because it looks all right there, and then across, down and round. But other than that, everything on it is solid. All this is all good. So it's a little bit pitted, but it's nothing really bad. It was barely, when I cleaned it up, even up there, when I cleaned it up, it was a tiny bit of scabbage. I mean, you can still see the spot weld, so generally that's somewhat good to go by. But yeah, it's not too bad, to be honest. I'm quite happy with that. You forget just how much interior pieces are in these bloody cars. Honestly, ridiculous. So I'm going to continue to take all this out, all these downsides, all this, and then I'm going to take the centre console out, pull the carpet up forwards, and then if I need to do any welding underneath, hopefully I'll see in this area if it needs any on the floor. But then once I get underneath, there's like a rail here that runs down. This one on this side's perfect, but this one's just missing the little end and a bit further down. And then there's a bit underneath that's what do you call it? I think it's like called an outrigger, and it comes out from the chassis frame here all the way to the inner sill, and that's, I poked a little hole in it, so I'm gonna continue to knock the hole in it and see how bad it is and then rebuild it. But this side is fine. So let's see what we can find. I imagine there's going to be a bit here because I've poked a hole there. That's the only bit I could poke a hole, though. There's a few little pinholes, but it's otherwise pretty solid. And then I poked a bit of a hole. Well, I say poked a bit of a hole. I was twatting it. And there was already this little hole here which I poked, but the metal's solid around it, so I'll either weld it from the inside in the boot here on both sides, or go up underneath, clean it all up, and then see what it looks like and decide what I need to do then. But other than that, the boot floor is solid. I need to get under these side bits and just check them there, but from looking underneath it looks fine. But you never can tell anyway. Door seal back in. And that's that. Yeah, so that all unclips from here, and you can leave these C post bits in, which is nice, and the B post bits, and then you're just left with two massive bits of interior that you need to hide away somewhere, which is fun. Right, so this is where I'm at, guys. So we're in here anyway, and I've had a poke around in here, good old scratch at these when I've seen a bit of rust. You know, a bit of, this could be from somebody spilling some years ago, or the fact that there's this bit underneath where your axle goes across and the wind whipping in with all the moisture. This could be, you know, bad on the other side, but I don't think it is, because this is all solid, you know, because it's only going to overlap, you know, this much, and you can see all, you know, the spot welds, so it's only going to overlap nearly an inch, so that should be all right. Clean up underneath. Had a little look in these corners under in this floor joints, had a little poke here or there, a little poke down there, been in this corner, had a little scratch around. It's all solid. Refound the seams and stuff just to check, you know, so that just needs cleaning up. That could be just moisture anyway, so, but made a hole in this corner. I just can't help myself. I just end up finding a bit of crust and stabbing the crap out of it. So there's a couple of little pinholes in that, but that's a piece of piss to fix. Let's have a look and see this side. This side's spot on. There's nothing wrong with this side. It's actually really good. Like, this wheel arch is perfect. This one needed some work. You know what I mean? So it's not too bad at all. I'm pleasantly surprised. The boot floor's very good. You know, I found a couple of little pinholes here. I should say I made that hole anyway. There's a couple of little pinholes here. I think there's one somewhere anyway. And then there's this side which I made this hole here as well. It's a pinhole. But the metal around it is solid. So I can bridge holes anyway with weld, and I can bridge that one down there, but I'm gonna drop the axle out of it in the next couple of days, and then I can get up under here and have a good proper check. If you've enjoyed it, you know, I appreciate every one of you who watches it, because, you know, I like doing this stuff. So if I can share it with people, and, you know, and if people do buy these cars or old cars and do struggle, you know, I have no problem in, you know, having a little chat, and we can you know, I can help you through it or whatever, or it just gives you a good insight into what to look out for. But yeah, cool. More to come. Cheers, guys.